What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 mod career mode. We're here for episode number 6 for the Monaco Grand Prix, the jewel in the Formula 1 calendar, and one of my favourite circuits to drive. Really great when you're in the zone here around qualifying and in the race. This circuit is absolutely electrifying, and the race just flies by already. I'm going to dive straight into qualifying here in this episode because, as you know, Monaco, it's very, very important to get the qualifying right here, and we are on for pole position. We could try and get pole position here because like real life here in the game, you know, it's more about the driving, not about your car performance. So you could really get pole position in pretty much most of the cars here on the grid. So we have a very good chance here, and we're going to dive straight into the flying lap here at the beginning of the session, just so we can get some free track, because obviously Monaco, as you know, very, very tight on traffic. So there's only a few cars on track right now, including our teammate Fernando Alonso, who's just gone through the last corner there on the mini-map. And we've got a relatively free track, so we're going to try and get the first clean flying lap in, and hopefully that will be enough maybe to try and get pole position. We'll have to see. Up into Rich Mix, through the last corner, and so now we're barreling down towards turn 1, setting ourselves up mentally for the entire Monaco Grand Prix lap. Down to turn 1, right-hander, second gear corner, very easy to lock up, but we haven't done so. Hit the apex quite nicely, a little bit of a squirm on the exit, but not too bad. Perez there, bit of traffic, but we've navigated it quite well. He's got out of the way. Now the left-hander towards Casino Square. Missed the apex there, actually, but we brought it back for the second apex there on the right-hander. Now down towards Mirabeau. Missed the bump on the left. Now turning right, second gear corner. Very tricky, and we've actually mucked up a little bit there. Big snap of oversteer on the exit as we come down to the hairpin, the slowest corner in Formula 1. And we've gone a little bit wide there in second gear. Maybe we could have done first briefly, but now we've hit the apex nicely for that second right-hander. Now through the tunnel. Very nice section of the circuit. Raikkonen so far at the purple sector right now for the session, but now down to this very tricky braking zone for the chicane now. Left and then right quickly in second gear. We can gain quite a lot of time there on the AI. I find the AI are quite slow through that section. Now through the left-hander, hold your breath and just hope that we don't put it into the barrier there. Through the high-speed chicane, now to the swimming pool section. This is the last sector now. We can maybe go first, but we didn't actually. We stayed in second, so that was pretty good, showing the grip we've got in the McLaren so far. Now down to first to really just get it chucked around Raskas there. Calmly through the last corner now. Ricciardo's gone purple there, but now opening DRS, gunning towards that line. What time will it be? What position will it be? It's pole position so far with a 1:17.784. And that's a pretty good lap time, pretty decent. Up, down into lead mix now as we go through our in-lap. But I feel that may not be fast enough for pole position. I think maybe the AI could go a bit faster there. We'll have to see as we go through. And we actually did drop to second place there. Hamilton is now on pole position, unfortunately. And that is how it will stay. Hamilton on pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm in second place. Very, very close. Basically 1.5 tenths there between me and Hamilton. But very surprisingly, Ricciardo then a second back. And this is a very, very odd kind of gulf from second to third place. I'm not really too sure what went on. Maybe all the others got held up on laps trying to do fastest laps. Maybe they all went out at the same time, and me and Hamilton were the only ones that went early in the session. But Fernando Alonso has done well as well there in 6th place. So very solid qualifying session for the McLaren team. And this is going to set us up really well for the race, as I said before, because here at Monaco, qualifying is crucial. But Hamilton, unfortunately, has got pole position. We could only manage second place, but that puts us in a really good stead for the race, because we can try and jump on the start. I mean, it's a bit unlikely, but we can try our best. And there's a 32% chance of rain in the race here, so it's going to be a very, very spicy Monaco Grand Prix up ahead. And the strategy is going to be interesting. I think we're going to go option, prime, option, and then we'll see when the rain comes. And obviously that will mix things up, and that will be a spanner in the works. But we've done all we can, so let's go to the grid now for the Monaco Grand Prix. So here we are on the front row of the Monaco Grand Prix. In second place, revving up for 5 red lights. As you can see, we're aiming our car straight for Lewis Hamilton. Can we get him today? And we're off, and we've had a terrible start. Ricciardo shoots past us on traction. What a poor start. Our rear tyres are absolutely lit up, and we're down to 3rd place, unfortunately, at the race start through the first corner. Looks like Sebastian Vettel just managed to squeeze out Nico Rosberg there as we climb up the hill down for this crazy circus that is the Monaco Grand Prix. Now we're in this train with Hamilton, Ricciardo, myself, Vettel, then Rosberg, and then I believe it's Kimi Räikkönen. So it's all very, very close indeed, but that was a terrible, terrible start. I lined my car up to face Lewis Hamilton. I was raring to go to try and attack him to move right to the inside of the circuit, but it really just worked out horribly, really. Just such poor traction. The rear tyres lit up like an absolute light bulb. And Daniel Ricciardo's through to 2nd place, unfortunately, so we're in 3rd at the moment, and Vettel is hanging back a little bit from us, so that's pretty good, but we're going to have to try and overtake Ricciardo as quickly as possible. We're very close to him there, but he blocks off quite well, but we're going to have to be wary. We can't really stick behind him too long, otherwise we may kind of be in the danger of being backed up into Vettel, or maybe ruining our tyres, so we're going to have to try and overtake him in the next few laps, and try and get close enough, really. But I fear that may be a bit tricky. It looks like he's placing his car very well. Again, we try and maybe look around the outside of Raskas, but he's placing his car very well, he is, Daniel Ricciardo, today. And Sebastian Vettel is also lurking behind us in his red Ferrari, trying to see if he can get us for 3rd place. But through to the 2nd lap now, through the first corner. Heavy fuel, so we're having to brake a bit earlier there for that first turn, obviously. And just taking it very cautiously and just making sure we don't crash into any of the barriers and just keep it really clean, really. And just keep it very close to Ricciardo. Actually, very, very close to Ricciardo here through that first sector there. Getting a bit too close for to comfort at that wall on the left-hander there. But now we're right up against Ricciardo. And can we maybe make a little dive down the insides of the slowest corner, Formula 1, on the hairpin? And, you know, fair dues to Ricciardo for giving me the room, having the awareness there to give me the room there. And that was a very, very late move. Thought about it last minute, but I just thought, you know what, I'm going to get stuck behind Ricciardo if I don't make a move now. So I just went for it, and thankfully Daniel had the kind of awareness to let me some room there. So now we're on to lap 5, and we're closing on a Lewis Hamilton. So a few laps later, we've just been pushing hard on these super soft tyres, trying to catch him up. Obviously the super softs will only go for about 9, 10-ish laps maybe, I'm not too sure exactly, but we're about halfway through the stint pretty much, and we've been pushing on to try and catch Hamilton, and I believe we are within 1 second here as we go through to the end of first sector. We've gone purple there by literally a 100th of a second there, but we're right behind Hamilton's gearbox, but it will be tough to try and overtake him. Unlike Daniel Ricciardo, maybe I think Hamilton will have the edge over us in the traction zone, so we may be not be able to get very close to him like we did on Ricciardo. We'll have to see how it goes. Anything can really happen here at Monaco. At the moment, we've got 20 runners, so no one is out in this Grand Prix yet. Hamilton leads the race. I'm in 2nd place. Ricciardo in 3rd. I believe Vettel is still in 4th, and followed by Rosberg and then Räikkönen, but that may have changed a little bit. But as you can see on the mini-map, me and Hamilton come streaked away from Ricciardo so much in just 3 laps' time. The pace has been mega here for me and Hamilton. So really, maybe the qualifying results that we saw maybe weren't a fluke. Maybe those were really the actual pace of the grid, that me and Hamilton are sort of a good second ahead of the rest of the pack for some unknown reason. But we're still within 1 second of Lewis Hamilton, opening the DRS. We come through into lap 6 now. We've set the fast lap of the Grand Prix with a 1:18.862. We've got a bit of squirmo oversteer there on the first corner as we exit, and the tyres starting to go off, and I think these will only last us another, I want to say 5-ish laps, I think. And as I say that, we cut directly onto 5 laps later. As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, the tyres starting to go off. The rear tyres are getting towards that really dark orange brownish stage, and we just set another fast lap of the Grand Prix. But as you can see, just off all these corners, the rear just kind of steps away from us, and we're still right behind Hamilton. So that's been what, 6-7 laps where we've been right behind him, but we just haven't been able to overtake him. So just showing why Monaco is known for to be very hard to overtake here, the street circuit. And as we come through on the right-hander through the tunnel, we just go very, very wide, and what on earth has gone on there? We've just lost our front wing and puncher out of nothing, and I don't even know what that was. That was just realistic damage playing its part, but I don't know what on earth was going on through my mind when I turned that corner, and just the tyres being so bad at that stage. Just I turned right, and I thought I turned right enough, and clearly not, because I just drifted a bit too much to the left-hand side of that tunnel, and just a little tap of the wall, and obviously like real life, like the realistic damage would do, it just breaks off my front wing and gives me a nasty puncture. So we've lost a fair few seconds there. To be honest, it wasn't too bad because we were, you know, near the third sector, so it probably was the best place for it to happen. And as we set a purple sector there on lap 14 now, we're onto the prime tyres as we said at the beginning of the race. That's our strategy. We're 5 seconds behind Hamilton, so we've lost 5 seconds there. That wasn't too bad. And now we come to lap 15, a safety car has been deployed, so this will bring us right back into play with Hamilton. We're catching him anyway. I think we were about 3 seconds behind him when the safety car was called out anyway, but as you can see, we've now got 16 runners. We were previously on 18 runners before the safety car called out, so 2 people have been in the wars somewhere, and they crashed out here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Very easy to do here in Monaco with the barriers being so close, so 2 people crashing out, of course, the safety car there, and now we've got onto lap 17. The safety car is in this lap. We've skipped over all the little tyre warming phases, and now we're right behind Hamilton once more, and we're going to try and maybe get him on the start. I think it'll be very tough. The AI generally very good at kind of parking you back on the race start and then on the restart, and then kind of bolting. And once again, and that has been shown today, Hamilton bolts away. We've been staying with him a little bit there. I think we're still within 1 second just about, but now Rosberg has come into play because he's right behind us, as well as Kimi Räikkönen. Oh my god, through the first corner, having to go to first gear momentarily, and Mario Karting, as some of the people in this community like to say, Mario Karting through the first corner there, drifting through the first corner, just managed to stay out the barrier there. That could have been another front wing off and puncher there if I wasn't careful. But now onto lap 19, we're right behind Hamilton with 1 second once more, but Rosberg is right behind us. He's trying to close up on us, and right behind him is Räikkönen, so we're in a 4-way scrap here for first place maybe, but we're trying to close in on Hamilton, and hopefully we can try and get him before Rosberg gets us. We're closing right on him through Casino Square, through that right-hander, really gained quite a lot on him there, but we're just going to have to brake very hard and stick behind Hamilton here. And once more, like we saw in the first stint, we may be just stuck behind him. I mean, I'm kind of confused at how we're going to try and overtake him here, because he kept us behind for 6-7 laps there on the first stint, and once more on this prime stint, he's going to try and do his best here, and he's doing it so far successfully. And right now, it's even worse because we've got Rosberg right behind us. On the first stint, it didn't matter because we had no one behind us. We could have stuck behind Hamilton the entire first stint. It would have been an issue, but here, if we keep on doing this, Rosberg will get very close, and if he gets close enough with DRS, I fear Rosberg could try and overtake us, and it could be then a 1-2 for Merc, and then even Raikkonen's right behind Rosberg. So this is very tense moments at the moment as we're getting very, very close to Hamilton, getting very frustrated here. So we're getting oh so close to him. We're closing in on him so much in the braking zones, but he's just not budging, and he's just placing his car so well. And that was very, very close in the swimming pool section. Just getting a bit frustrated there, having to cut the corner in the swimming pool section. And with DRS, Rosberg's trying to make a move on us now on lap 20. And this is exactly what I was saying. Rosberg is too close for comfort here at the moment on lap 20. We've got 19 laps to go. And Rosberg, it looks like Rosberg may take it for second place. We're nowhere near Hamilton at the moment, trying to overtake him, and he's just placing his car so well. I mean, we're gaining here in the Casino Square section, and we've set a green sector time. We're getting very close to Hamilton here. We're actually closer than ever before. Can we make a late diving move? First gear. Hamilton still side by side. I'm just going to have to go for it here because I'm really scared of Rosberg trying to overtake me. Maybe round the outside. Hamilton's gone very slowly through the apex, round the outside of that right-hander. And we have got it into first place of the Monaco Grand Prix, the most unusual place. And that was really a move out of fear, a fear of Rosberg taking us. And now Raikkonen's into third place. I lead the Monaco Grand Prix from Hamilton, from Raikkonen, from Rosberg. And then I think from Daniel Ricciardo. We've lost DRS now for some reason. And hopefully that won't affect us. We're getting very close to the barrier on the right-hand side there as the tyres start to go off. But that was a move just purely out of fear of being overtaken by Rosberg. He was getting too close to comfort there on lap 20. And, well, I just went for it, really. I just thought, you know what, Rosberg's too close to comfort. Just, you know, just, excuse my language, but fuck it. We're just going to go down the inside and try and overtake him. And it sort of worked for us. Now onto lap 29, we've, obviously, as you saw there, made the pit stop for the super soft tyres. But now on lap 29, with 10 laps to go, it's starting to rain here, as you can see. So we may be going to intermediates. Obviously, 32% chance of rain at the beginning of this race, as you saw. So that is coming to play now, because on lap 31, it is far too damp for these super soft tyres, and it's time to go into the intermediates. And this rain is sort of just going to cool down the race and kind of settle us into this zone of trying to finish first place, into lead mix and into the pit stop phases for the intermediate tyres, the green wall tyres. Hamilton is about 5 seconds behind us, and now immediately we're going to come back in for a set of wet tyres now on lap 35. So from intermediate straight to wet, it's been an absolute monsoon here in the Monaco Grand Prix. As you can see, we've got until the last lap of the Grand Prix. Absolute torrential rain here in Monaco, but we're in first place still. 15 runners in this Grand Prix, so one more has crashed out, and we're leading the Grand Prix from Hamilton, from Raikkonen, and I believe Rosberg is in 4th place. But the rain basically cooled off this race, much like it would, in a weather sense. It cools off the conditions. It cooled off the race because it just meant that I could kind of comfortably control the race. And we're coming through slowly but carefully the last corner, and now running towards that line. This is going to be first place in the Monaco Grand Prix, 25 points in the bag. That is our second win of the season, guys. Absolutely amazing scenes. What a tight race. That was a really satisfying race win, because for once, very rarely do we get this where on F1 2014 I can qualify and I can really legitimately race the AI hard and have to concentrate. And, it was a very tough race there. It may have not looked it because, there was only 2 real big overtaking moves there, but it was a very tight race because I had to keep the pace on constantly to stay behind Hamilton that entire race, and we just about got the win there. The rain helped at the end to cool it off, but that was a very, very intense race there. We're now 2nd place in the Drive Championship, 4th place in Constructors. Awesome stuff. If you guys did enjoy that episode, then do leave a massive like. Awesome to see as many likes as possible on this video, as it is a very busy period for me with exams, and all the support that you give me is very much appreciated, guys. Comment below what you thought. Subscribe new around here for weekly F1 content. I've been Aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.